Your job, so far as I understand it, is to match what can be done with what should be done. It is to match the goals that can be set with the goals that can be met. It is to marry technical capacity to social purpose.
A summit like this is very important because it brings together ministers, that means policymakers, and industry people. And both have to work together.
You have policymakers, but you also have operators, and you have academics. You have all the stakeholders that can come here. You have government authorities that take the regulatory decisions, and you have the business side.
It's a place to share best practices for sure, but you can also learn from mistakes other countries have made as well too. And you get to see what's going on globally. We in Canada find this to be very valuable, and we've always been a member of ITF.
We had a very interesting conversation yesterday afternoon about aviation capacity and how you build sort of new runways and the difficulties that that can sometimes provide, particularly if it's in urban areas. So that's a particular area that the United Kingdom is at the moment looking at, the whole issue of aviation capacity. So these are very, very important opportunities.
The message is that ASEAN, 600 million people, growing very strongly. There are opportunities there for the European countries, European airlines, aircraft makers, equipment manufacturers to look to and to be able to participate in this exciting growth story.
A country like us, as a emerging economy, we are trying to find what we call a leapfrog. So not only following the same path, but also trying to bypass that kind of path. So learning from many kind of model will be one of the key.
The issues being addressed here are central to the productivity of our cities, and cities are the entities that are driving progress around the world.
We're all in a common game. It's difficult to fund, it's difficult to make it work. Congestion's endemic in every city in the world, and that then just talking about it with an international audience is really compelling. I always come when I can, for as long as I can, simply to learn about the experience in other parts of the world.
Road accident is one of the worst pandemics of the society. We have 1.3 million people who die on the road every year, 50 million people are injured, and it needs to be addressed.
If we go through the ministers, which are our members, and through the automobile clubs, we can squeeze the problem and manage it in a much more efficient way.
Le Forum international donc, des transports est devenu un meeting très important puisqu'il permet de rassembler un certain nombre donc, de professionnels mais aussi de décideurs politiques autour d'une même table pour pouvoir discuter des défis du secteur du transport mais aussi des opportunités dans l'avenir.
The beauty of the International Transport Forum is that it is a dialogue body as opposed to a regulator. It recognises that everybody who is part of that dialogue has a legislative responsibility, a regulatory responsibility back in their own home states, but to have that similarity of thought is extremely pleasing.
Today almost 30 ministers from different countries came together and discussed what we can do for the future and in what areas we can concentrate on for the coming years. So it is really an important platform for transport ministers.
Les échanges avec l'ensemble des délégations nous permettent de mettre en lumière tous les enjeux et la construction de politiques communes. C'est vrai dans les investissements, c'est vrai dans l'écologie, la part du transport dans la construction de l'avenir dans un monde qui change.
The information that we can gather here is very important to know the trends that we are going to face in the next years.
In our discussions, we concentrate on digitalization and digitalization in mobility. Big data is the watchword as a driver for smart transport systems, and I'm very happy that we can conduct this discussion here in Leipzig.
The big topic, of course, is big data. So we were discussing what influence data has on transport and in connecting the world. So this is one of my favorite and major topics as well. The ITF connects the world, and I'm happy that we are the hosts for the Connecting World here.